Hey guys, I am Fiona Murphy and I am known as the Bunny Bonding Coach. I run the Rabbit Room Small Animal Boarding here in Dublin, and I've been running that since we opened it in 2014, and I care for hundreds of rabbits and other small furries every year. And in 2016 I started doing bunny bonding, and I have now bonded over 100 pairs and trios since then, and I've also helped countless other people to bond their rabbits virtually as well. So I'm starting a new program which I thought you might be interested in. It is an 8-week program, a challenge to get your bunnies loved up in 8 weeks. So this is something that we are going to be doing as a group, with a maximum of 10 spaces. So if you want in, don't miss out on your space. We will be starting on the 17th of September. And we will run till the middle of November, with an option to stay on for another 4 weeks at no extra charge if you get a bit behind or life gets in the way, as we all know. But the idea is that you bond alongside other people, and because of that you have lots of support and you are encouraging each other to get the bunnies loved up. So if you've been waiting to get your bunnies loved up and you're just fed up of them being separate and living separate lives, why not get them loved up now and let's get started and let's get it done before Christmas. Imagine if you get to Christmas and you are able to have more room for your Christmas tree because you only have one bunny cage or one bunny pen. Imagine if you have more time because you're able to let your bunnies out together to play rather than free roaming them individually. And imagine not being stressed all the time worrying about them getting to each other and hurting each other, and the whole bonding thing just hanging over your head, because I know I've helped so many other people bond. I know it hangs over your head and you keep thinking, I must do this, I should get this done. They'll be much happier if they're together and I'll be much happier if they'll be together. But life kind of gets in the way and you keep putting it off. So I'm going to show you a way to get them bonded within 8 weeks, and it's not going to take a whole lot of time. There is a time commitment to it, of course, but you don't have to be doing this 24/7 bonding that you hear about in some groups. I mean, if you can spend more time on it, then obviously you're going to get them bonded quicker than the 8 weeks. But it is entirely possible to get them bonded in 8 weeks if you can spare, 3 or 4 hours in the evening and a couple of longer days at the weekends, for example. And I'm also going to show you a way where you can do some of your bonding on days when you're busier and not have to be stuck to the bonding pen, so that you can still do a little bit each day, even if you don't have time to sit beside the bonding pen all the time, to allow your rabbits to have time together to get to know each other, even when you're busy. So there is a time commitment to it, of course, and you're going to need the time to put into it, but it is absolutely possible to do it in 8 weeks. I do it in a week when they come to me. I do it in 5 days, and then the owners, once they get them home, have to do a little bit more work to get them settled in at home and get them free roaming in their own territory and that kind of thing, and they do probably another week after that. So I do it in 2 weeks, but I do spend intensive time that first week. But it's absolutely possible for you to do that first part broken up into smaller patches, and the whole 8 weeks to be broken up into smaller patches. But you do need to be consistent with it, or you won't get them through the 8 weeks. But there is no reason why it's not possible to do it in the 8 weeks. And as I say, if life gets in the way, then you have the extra 4 weeks to implement and continue with it. So what is it going to be like? Okay, so first of all, you get access to my course, my proven step-by-step method to bunny bonding with confidence course. This is a value of €150, and it is basically my step-by-step method just broken down completely into small bite-sized modules. So you'll get access to that straight away, even though we're not actually starting until the 17th of September. And then you can go ahead and you can watch the videos, and you can see what it's all about, and get an idea of setting up your equipment, what kind of time commitment, and you can start thinking about how you're going to make it fit into your lifestyle so that you can get this done. The videos include things like identifying the different behaviours, so that you know when to step in and when to step out, because it's all very well to hear, you're not allowed to do that, you shouldn't allow this behaviour and you shouldn't allow that behaviour, but what does it actually look like? So I actually videoed when I was bonding various different pairs, and I've downloaded that into the course for you to look at, so that you know when to step in and when to step back. And then it has all the different steps from very start to the very end of the whole thing, right through from getting them together at the start when they're fighting to the very end when you're actually free roaming them and expanding their space and getting them settled into their final living space. The whole thing, step by step. And also there's some hints and tips and shortcuts that I use, and also some other ways to work around it if your bunnies don't adhere to the step-by-step method that I use. Sometimes I have to think outside the box. It doesn't always work exactly that way. Every rabbit is different, every pair of rabbits is different, every trio of rabbits is different, and sometimes you do need to have a different thing. Well, if this doesn't work, try this, and there's all that included in the course as well. So that's the first thing. Second thing is a community. It'll be a Facebook group, maximum of 10 spaces. So we will have a community group where on Facebook where everybody can chat. People can put their bonding questions in and I will answer your bonding questions. You can put in videos. You can say, is this normal? Should I do this? What will I do next? And I will come on and I will answer you and I will tell you the next step or help you get over the hump of whatever problem you are you're experiencing at the time. We will also do a weekly group coaching call. So as I say, only 10 spaces, so everybody has plenty of time for questions. And once a week we will get together and probably use Zoom, and we will have a chat and you find out where people are at and what they need help with and what their next step is. And you can ask any questions. Right, what am I doing this week? Okay, I've done this much and I've done this, and now what do I do next? So that'll be every week for the 8 weeks, and also the last 4 weeks I'll do it weekly if people need that afterwards as well. You also get 2 one-to-one calls with me on Zoom. That is a half-hour call twice during the course of the challenge at whatever time suits you, whatever part of the challenge you want to do it. So you can do it at the start and say, right, will you give me a bit of confidence? Will you talk to me about my first steps, just so I had a bit of encouragement? Or you can wait until later on the challenge and say, okay, I'm stuck now. What can I book a call with you? And let's see what we need to do next. So that's 2 half-hour calls. So that's a value of €60, and you can take that at any point. I'll send you my calendar and you can book at a time that suits you, and we can get you unstuck if you're stuck. So, and of course, this challenge includes all the help and support that you need from me to get your bunnies bond up. I will be in the group every day, Monday to Friday, and I will be there to answer your questions and support you and encourage you along the way. I know the bonding is difficult, and I know that people get very anxious about doing it. And you know what? Sometimes it's easier than people think it's going to be when they actually get started. And if it's not, that's what I'm here for, okay? So I know that sometimes people just need a bit of support and encouragement as well. And a bit of company while you're doing it is always good. And sometimes you just need somebody to say, yes, absolutely, you're on the right track. You've actually made progress, even if you can't actually see it. And here's where they were last week and here's how they are this week. And just to give you a little bit of encouragement to get you along the way as well, because it's very easy to kind of get caught up in the whole thing and feel like you're not making any progress and get discouraged and want to give up. And unfortunately, that's what happens a lot of time, is that people actually give up before they get their rabbits bonded, even though they've made progress. And really all you need is some time, some patience and some determination. And you've got to be more stubborn than your rabbits are, okay? We all know how stubborn they are. But they unfortunately do not have the foresight to look ahead and see what it will be like when they're all loved up. So that's what you need to hold on to is your end goal picture of your bunnies loved up and snuggling beside you by Christmas. So I am there to give you the encouragement and the support along the way and say to you, you've got this, you can do this. I do believe that most pairs and trios and even bigger groups of rabbits can be bonded with enough time and patience and determination. I do think like 98% of rabbits can be bonded. I think there's a very few, it's very, very unlikely that you've got a pair of rabbits that can't be bonded, even if they've heard each other before. Even if you feel like you don't have the neutral space to do it, I can tell you how to do that. Even if one of your rabbit free roams all the time and you think, I'm not going to be able to do this because one free roams and they're not used to it. Even if you're worried about putting them in a small space while you bond, even if you're anxious about the whole thing, I can help you with all that, okay? That is my job. That is what I do. That is what I love to do. There is nothing I love more than seeing people's bunnies loved up and them living happily ever after, and the owners being so much happier because their rabbits are loved up and they're not having the logistics of trying to keep them separate and trying to let them out separately and feeling always as though neither rabbit gets what they need because they can't be out the whole time. Okay, so it's really a great challenge. It's really designed with everything that you need to get your rabbits loved up in those 8 weeks. So why don't we get your rabbits loved up before Christmas, okay? So it starts the 17th of December. September. do the details now. I will be posting details below this video. So if you want in, shout now, because I say there's only 10 spaces on it, and I've had a lot of demand recently for people needing help with my bonding services, and this is what I'm going to be focusing on now for the next 8 weeks. Or 12 weeks between now and Christmas. So if you want in and you want my help, this is the best way to get it, and bond along with other people who are also doing it at the same pace as you, and get to know people in a small group setting, get to know their bunnies, and just encourage each other along the way. It's a great way to do it, because it can feel a bit lonely on your own. So let's take that out of the equation and let's just get it done. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.